Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Ultra Premiere, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Shadow Machamp on a double fighter AVB style team. Holy smokes, my goodness guys, the damage output from both of these two Pokemon in the back is absolutely insane. So Machamp will be in the back as the closer on this double fighter backline, and also on this team, Sirfetch'd on the safe swap. Man, guys, I just recently built this thing. It's a hatch. I said, I'm not waiting around for them to put these things back in the wild. It has been far too long. I think like 2 years or something like that, something crazy. So I just went ahead and built this Sirfetch'd temporarily, just until they do come around and start bringing them back, and it did quite well. And we are running Leaf Blade Night Slash. I do like the spammy nature of that moveset. And also on this team, Walrein up in the lead to protect our back two fighters from the very strong flyers in this meta. So the goal of this team, safe swap Sirfetch'd, draw out a potential flyer or even a ghost type. That way Walrein can come back in, take out that hard counter to your Machamp in the back, preserve a shield for Machamp to absolutely destroy. And before we hop into the featured set of the video, gonna start things off with some bonus battles that I thought were a lot of fun. Here we go, Shadow Gyarados lead. This is quite all right for our Walrein here. Gonna just put the pressure on really early with a Icicle Spear just to see if they're willing to shield this thing. Also to get off some nice neutral damage as we saw there. It does not look like they are willing to shield this thing. And they are at a potential outrage. Gonna shield this, and it was the massive outrage. Holy smokes, that's actually a decent shield for Walrein. Would have done a lot of damage. Gonna look to go for yet another Icicle Spear here. See if we can even up the shields, but no, they just want to lose lead, and that is fine. They've got a Machamp of their own in the back, along with a Shadow Dragonite. So they were running ABA Flying. Very interesting choice. So we're just gonna let her rip with these Night Slashes here. And we kind of faked a Brave Bird. That was kind of nice. Got a shield out of the Shadow Dragonite here. Going for Night Slash number 2. We actually do want to get some damage off. And they do farm us down. Gonna throw Walrein in here just to soak damage. If they debuff themselves with a superpower, that would be amazing. So we're going to no-shield this, but it's just a Dragon Claw bait. And we did trigger the CMP event, so we should be taking out this Dragonite here. But they shield! That was very interesting. Was not expecting that. So they are at a potential superpower here. Gonna shield this. That's going to do big damage, and we will look to farm down. But no, they aggro swap back into that Machamp. And because we preserved health on our Machamp, we can comfortably tank this cross chop here and get to a cross chop of our own. Just going to get it a little low here. And we will fire off this cross chop here. Machamp hits like a truck. And we are saying bye-bye to the Machamp. And we're countering down the flying type Machamp. OP. The damage is insane. Good game, well played. The damage of this backline cannot be denied. Here we go. Nightmare lead. Shadow Machamp on our opponent's team. We're safe swapping into Sirfetch'd. And we draw out a Pelipper. Very interesting. Okay, that's a solid answer to our Sirfetch'd. Gonna go for the neutral Leaf Blade. Hits like a truck. They can let this go. And they do. Does a big chunk of their health, and we will shield to maybe try and get off another Leaf Blade here. Maybe counter down. I wasn't familiar with the matchup in the Ultra League. I know in the Great League, I think we can pull off the counter down, but I wasn't sure. Gonna go for this Leaf Blade here, and it's not looking like we will be able to do that. That is fine. That is fine. Gonna throw Walrein back in here, soak all this damage. We are not shielding Walrein. We rarely shield Walrein with this team, as both of our Pokemon in the back perform at their best with a shield advantage. We do comfortably tank that Hurricane. And this is just a Weather Ball. Not going to do any meaningful damage whatsoever. And we will look to get off an Icicle Spear on this opposing Machamp here. Really put the pressure on. They can tank it, but they generally don't like to. But they do. So now it's time for our own Machamp to shine, and they've got a Drapion in the back. It's not a Shadow, so we are doing less damage to them. but they are outputting less damage to us. They go Sludge Bomb here. That's a good shield from us, and we are just going to look to load up and go for a cross drop here. This will do a lot of neutral damage, but they can tank it. They shield Drapion quite bulky in the Ultra League. Going for another cross chop, not Rock Slide, because we want to leave this mid-game matchup with a move stored. I'm banking on these good Shadow IVs, hoping that we hang on by a thread here. We do, and we take it out and leave with the cross chop. The plan working to perfection. We get to this, and we are saying bye-bye to the Machamp. And just like that, Shadow Machamp has closed yet another endgame for us. You love to see it. Good game, well played. Machamp, one of the deadliest closers in this meta. It is amazing. Here we go. Another awful lead. Aurora's gonna make a play into our Sirfetch'd, and we draw out yet another flyer. That's fine. Gonna fake a Brave Bird here. This would be doing a lot, but we will go for the Night Slash as we don't have Brave Bird. And they called that. Holy smokes, that was insane to see. Oh man, what a brave soul over there. But we do hang on long enough to get off another Night Slash. And Sirfetch'd has put in the work, putting this Crobat into a nice farm down range for our Walrein. They bait with a Poison Fang. We are not shielding a thing from this Crobat. We are farming down. And even this is just another Poison Fang, but we would have tanked the Shadow Ball quite easily. And we are farming this thing down. And fully expecting I can't remember what was on the lead, guys. Holy smokes. Auroras, my goodness. Expecting Auroras, but no, they come in with an Ampharos, and it is Shadow Machamp time. Shields are still even on both ends. Gonna put the pressure on really early with a cross chop. They can tank this, and they do. They can't tank another one, and we don't intend on throwing another one. All we have to do is shield once and farm down, and that Auroras will be in a world of trouble once it comes back in. It's the final Pokemon. They are up a shield, but Machamp gets to these cross chops really fast, and they hit really hard. So I do imagine we're getting a shield here. And gonna try to make it to another cross chop. It would be nice to grab that final shield because we can EQ this Auroras. We don't shield that because we know that we tank it. So now that's fine. We didn't get the shield, but Machamp put this thing within Icicle Spear range. So that is fine as well. Both work. We are at the back-to-back going for Icicle Spear number 1, likely grabbing the shield. They are looking to go down with the ship, and that is fine. All we have to do is shield up this potential Meteor Beam. It is the big Meteor Beam. We had to move. And although it is resisted, this thing's hanging on by a thread. We're saying bye-bye to the Auroras, and just like that, Walrein has closed the game this time. A good game, well played. Oh, we had a lot of fun with those bonus battles, but we now move into the featured set of the video, picking up a Nightmare lead in the form of Obstagoon. Our backline loves to see Obstagoon. We go into Sirfetch'd, and they are staying in way too long. They took so much double super effective counter damage as they finally make a play into a Shadow Venusaur. We are way ahead on energy. Gonna rip off this Night Slash here. That could have been a Brave Bird, and they no shield. Holy smokes. Man, these people are absolutely brave. Almost said insane. Maybe a little insane as well. But we're going to shield this because we know that we are way ahead on energy, and we know that we hit like a truck as well. Shields are even now. Going to go for this Night Slash. If they no shield this, it will KO. And we do intend to flip switch here, as we cannot have that Obstagoon anywhere near our Walrein. They let it go, and just like that, Sirfetch'd has flip switch. And is healthy enough to get to yet another Night Slash onto this Kanto Muck. Sirfetch'd going on a rampage. We go for another Night Slash. Does some nice chip damage. But what's most important is that we can now control the alignment. They are at a potential super effective Thunder Punch, but Walrein, as we all know, quite tanky. We tank that no problem. And they aggro swap back into the Obstagoon. Gonna catch the Night Slash onto our Shadow Machamp, and it's resisted, of course, and we are gonna pummel this Obstagoon into the ground. It does not make it to another move. And now this Kanto Muck is at about 50% health. We can tank a Thunder Punch. And we will go for the Rock Slide. No reason to bait here whatsoever, guys. We're either going to grab that last shield or do big damage. We do the big damage. And we counter down the poison type. Holy smokes. Pseudo Fighter double poison? No problem for this team. Good game, well played. Oh, I did quite well with this team. Had a lot of fun and a lot of success with it. But here we go. Galarian Wheezing lead. Very neutral lead for us. An overheat, although hits for neutral, hits like a truck and would hurt. But we will let this go. We know that we tank it. And it definitely could be the overheat. It is the overheat. And they stay in a little bit. Trying to catch a Earthquake, I presume, onto their flying type Pelipper. But they're going to catch a neutral Icicle Spear for their troubles. And we're going to come in with Sirfetch'd as Galarian Wheezing being a poison fairy. Not great for our backline. They do tank the Leaf Blade there, and we're going to try and counter down here. Got to shield this because we do want to control the alignment. We don't know what else they had in the back. We know that they led G-Weezing, and yeah, they had one flyer in the back. Could have another, you never know. So they do come back in with the Weezing, and we're going to go for a Leaf Blade here. See if we can grab a shield from them, and we do grab a shield, so that's good. Shields are now even, and they are going to throw before we can get to another move. That's fine. We really got to get rid of this thing. Our Walrein is about at 50% health, so that's fine. I do believe we ended up shielding this, thinking that it would be another overheat, but no, it's a brutal swing bait, which is unfortunate. Gonna bait with an Icicle Spear. It seems like they really want to get rid of this Walrein here, so yeah, a bait seems quite logical here, and we do grab the shield, successfully baiting, and now we have to catch. Gotta catch this overheat. We don't know what else is lurking in the back. I'm seeing a lot of value in Walrein. And they have lowered their attack, but they're going to stay in, which is unfortunate because I do imagine they would throw a resisted Brutal Swing before we can get to a Rock Slide. That's why we went for the double resisted Cross Chop there. And there's a Kingdra in the back. This is lights out. There's nothing we can do here. Our poor Walrein had to do way too much heavy lifting up against this team. It just was not the right team for us, and we promptly save everyone some time in top left. Good game, well played to them. Yeah, that last team comp, a little awkward, a little rough for ours, but here we go. Charizard lead, actually a pretty neutral lead. They do take neutral damage from our fast move pressure and our Icicle Spears. But they do chunk, as Charizard, not known for its bulk whatsoever. Gonna put the pressure on really early. They can tank this, but I want to see if they'll shield. No, they will not shield. But you know what, guys? We will, because we don't want this thing anywhere near our back two Pokemon. We are in this for the long haul. We will stay here until the Charizard is gone, but they are not hanging around for that. They saw that early shield, and they bring out a Snorlax. So we align Machamp onto this because we can get to the cross chops that hit for super effective quite fast. We do tank a superpower. We don't want to leave this with a ton of health anyways. That's why we let that go. And we are at back-to-back cross chops. Gonna go for the cross chop here and take out the Snorlax and blind throw, as I was not anticipating surviving long enough to get to a Rock Slide. It's a Trevenant. So that's fine. We get a little tiny bit of damage. That's okay. That's why we've got Sirfetch'd on this team. For the ghost types, has access to Night Slash, which absolutely chunks on the ghost types. They can, of course, tank that, but not too well. It does get them into the red. And we will actually shield this, as Sirfetch'd does need those shields to perform at its best. Anticipating a combo play, so we throw Walrein in here to soak whatever they decide to throw. It's just the Dragon Claw that does laughable damage to our Walrein. And we will now put the pressure on this Charizard, going for an Icicle Spear here. And they are starting to shield, but we had another one locked and loaded. Do they want to give up that final shield? Both of their Pokemon are getting quite low, and they do. That is amazing. And they are going to have to go Blast Burn here. They are at the energy. Dragon Claw would not KO, so they do go Blast Burn. So now it's all up to Sirfetch'd. Gonna counter down with resisted counters on that flying type. And Sirfetch'd, one of the few Pokemon that actually wins CMP tie against Trevenant. We're saying bye-bye to the Devil's Tree. And just like that, Sirfetch'd has taken over the game, taken out the Charizard and the Trevenant. You don't get much better than that. Good game, well played. I'm sure a lot of you that tune into the channel regularly know that I love a good double fighter backline. And here we go, Jellicent running Bubble. Not the best lead, but we are resisting their fast move pressure. But they are resisting ours as well. We can tank a Shadow Ball. Gonna let this go. It is the Shadow Ball. And we will look to fire back with an EQ here. They can definitely tank this. Jellicent, one of the bulkier Pokemon in this meta, but they shield, so now it's Sirfetch'd time. We've got both of our charge moves hit for super effective, but generally you want to go Leaf Blade. That is the much better move. I believe they tried to catch this onto a Shadow Dragonite, so we do grab a shield. They do respect the Brave Bird. That's good for us. And now we will rip off Night Slashes just as fast as we get to them. They are really adding up. They're trying to go for the farm down, but they are not farming us down, guys. They allow us to get to another Night Slash. We are saying bye-bye to the Dragonite. And just like that, Sirfetch'd has flip switch yet again. But we do still have this Jellicent to deal with. Obviously, we cannot bring our Machamp in onto this thing, and Sirfetch'd did a beautiful job grabbing a shield advantage for Walrein here. We will definitely need the shield advantage. They go Shadow Ball there and make a play into a Poliwrath. So they ABA Water, very interesting. We can tank one of whatever this thing throws. It's just the Scald. Does a decent amount. We are Shadow at the end of the day, but we do tank it nonetheless. Gonna fire off this cross drop here. They have no shields. Doesn't quite KO. And I don't believe we'll be able to take this out with our counters before they get to a move. So just gonna get rid of it with another cross drop, taking out the Poliwrath. And now all they have left is that Jellicent. It's still relatively healthy, but it has no shields, and we do force them to throw. As if they tank a Rock Slide, it's lights out for them because we will easily make it to an EQ. So they had to throw. Machamp forced them to throw, and we will finally get off an EQ. They can't run forever. It does a big damage onto the Jellicent. And they are at a potential Shadow Ball. Gonna shield out of caution. We're not looking to throw this game here. It is just the Bubble Beam bait. Had a feeling it would have been, but better to be safe than sorry. We do get to this Icicle Spear. That's all we need. And because of the debuff, doesn't KO, but the Powder Snow does the trick. And that Jellicent tried to run, but it could not run forever as Walrein does close the end game. Good game, well played. Oh my goodness, guys. Double Fighters proven to be quite strong in this meta. This is a very strong team. Here we go. Trevenant lead. Very awkward. We do win this. It is very close. Closer than you'd like to see, as Trevenant is an absolute monster. Gonna go for this Icicle Spear. They do let that go. And because they let that go, we can shield once and farm down. Kind of just want to get rid of this thing. We don't know what they might be having lurking in the back. Yes, Sirfetch'd can fight back against it, but if we can catch this on the lead, better to just get rid of it while we're here. So like I said, the plan is to shield once, farm down, well worth the shield, and they've got a Stunfisk in the back, so that's why we've got these two fighters to protect our Walrein from the steel types. And they've got a Mandibuzz in the back running Air Slash. That is unfortunate. Gonna go for this Leaf Blade here. That is the move you go for. If you're dealing resisted or neutral damage, you just want to go Leaf Blade. It is the much better move by a country mile, I would say. And they are adding up as Sirfetch'd hits like a truck. They're not throwing a move, guys. They are allowing Sirfetch'd to hang in here and slowly but surely whittle away at them. This is insane to see. A lot of people sleep on the power of Sirfetch'd. Look at that, guys. Holy smokes. Sirfetch'd nearly took out an Air Slash Mandibuzz. That is absolutely insane. And we do shield here because we want to put the pressure on. We know that a healthy Walrein can still put in work. We know that they have two moves, so if they throw their second move, that would be amazing. Because we don't want our Machamp to have to tank a super effective aerial ace. And we know that we can put in work. We know that we tank an EQ from the Stunfisk, and these counters are absolutely chunking. Holy smokes. Like I said, we do tank an EQ. We will survive, hang on, with a slither of health, and we just want to get to the back-to-back. We want to get that final shield and then take out the Machamp and hope like heck that we can counter down, but they no shield and we counter down. That is insane. Machamp, OP, holy smokes. My goodness, Machamp, gonna Machamp, guys. That's all I can say, and that is the team. My goodness, what a way to end it off. Good game, well played to our opponent. I wanted to run double fighters because I know that double fighters are absolutely insanely overpowered. I also wanted to protect them from the flyers that we have in this meta, so I was thinking what better answer than Walrein. Can handle the flyers for sure, but can also handle the Trevenants as well. Walrein, just a solid Pokemon overall, even with the nerf. Brought it back down to earth a little bit, but still very, very much good. So yeah, Walrein on the lead with 2 overpowered fighters in the back, guys. That's a recipe for a lot of success, and that we did have with this team. But guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.